Welcome back to Chicken Chat, where you will find poultry health videos, breed information, and more. Be sure to subscribe. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to remind you of some things that you should be doing because right now we're getting into the temperatures cooling down and we're headed into fall. So in spring and in fall there's a couple things that I like to do because in spring and fall, as the chickens and other backyard birds are adjusting to the temperature changes, it lowers their immune systems, okay? So this means they are more susceptible to illnesses, parasites, Coxidia, and so every couple months and more frequently in spring and in fall, I like to do chicken checks. I just pick up my birds, I check for lice, I check for them being egg bound, and if you follow my videos, you know that I also have a microscope and I was trained by my vet friend to check for internal parasites like worms and Coxidia. Prior to me getting that training and getting my microscope, I would just automatically treat with a dewormer and treating for Coxidia. Because again, these are the times of year where these problems are more prevalent. And some people might say, well, you don't want to use those medications too often because then they won't work anymore. They'll build up a resistance to those medications. I'm not telling you to use them every couple months. I'm telling you that if you get in a routine of treating when these problems are more likely, then your flock will stay healthier. Honestly though, if you can get a microscope, it is so beneficial to have. Anytime I have a lethargic chicken, I go ahead and get that sample and I check it right away. There's no guessing. Do my chickens have parasites? It only takes a few minutes. I know that it's a little costly, but what I did is I asked for one for Christmas and we got it off Amazon. I do have a video here on my channel with more details on that. Also, before I go any further, you might realize that I have my first book out. I'm working on my second. And I recently did a presentation about poultry health at a library. And I'm going to try to Goldie, stop. I'm going to try to upload that presentation on my channel. For those of you who said that you would have liked to go, but you had prior obligations. Some people asked me if I'm going to do another presentation, and I probably will later in the fall. I'll probably do it again. So when we talk about doing the chicken checks, while their immune systems might be down, I have a video on this channel that is entitled Sick Chicken ? Where I go over everything that you should check. And I use the same process. So you can go ahead and look at that video, which tells you everything that you should be looking for when you check your chickens over. Okay, so if you're going to treat for Coxidia, which, again, another reason why spring and fall is more likely is because the ground is wet. And anytime you have wet, muddy ground, those Coxidia and worm eggs are more likely to be in the ground. So many of us would use Corid. That's the most common and easy to find medication to treat Coxidia. But I'm going to tell you about something even better and even more effective. It is called toltrazuril. Now, how I came across this was I had a bantam rooster that had a horrible case of coccidiosis, and Corid wasn't working. No matter what I did, how many days I tried it, he still had a very heavy load of Coxidia. So I actually took him to my vet, and she prescribed the toltrazuril. Now, the great thing about this product is it works super fast, but it also works really gently on a chicken's body. And the other difference between this and Corid is that it kills not only the adult live Coxidia, but it kills the eggs, the protozoa eggs. So it just wipes it right out. So a lot of times if you just have a minor outbreak, you don't even need to do it twice. I do it twice. I wait 1 week and then I do it again. Now, just so you know, though, the FDA does not generally approve of this for chickens if you're going to eat your chickens. Mine are pets, so I don't need to worry about that. I'm just telling you, if you keep chickens as pets, it's a great product and it works super fast and gentle. I'll warn you, it is not cheap. I want to say that bottle was like $36 or $38. Just do a Google search for that and you'll find a couple places that have it. Most farm stores are not going to have this. I usually don't give you guys dosing simply because you're supposed to treat each chicken individually based on their weight. However, that's really tricky to do and you risk the fluid going into the lungs if you force it orally. So I don't like to do that. I mean, honestly, it's just way easier, in my opinion, and safer to just put it in the water and let everybody drink it. So based on your average chicken weight, I do 3 milliliters per gallon for 2 days. This is not something that you need to use for multiple days. Now, I do have a separate video on deworming products, but I want to tell you again about this right here, Valbazin. Used to be kind of hard to find. I have seen it at Blaine's farm store recently. The great thing about this product for deworming is it treats for every kind of worm. I've said that before. Other products, other dewormers only kill certain types of worms. This product right here, again, it works safely, gently, and effectively against every type of worm. So again, this is another one where you're supposed to just put it down the chicken's throat. I'm not comfortable doing that. So I came across this because I knew a guy who was a big peafowl breeder. And sometimes with those kinds of birds or turkeys, they're kind of harder to handle, right? So it's harder to dose them individually. So he told me about the dosage he used for the water, and I kind of minimized it to the weight of a chicken versus a peafowl. And we got 10 milliliters per gallon for 3 days. I do a repeat dose in 1 week on that dewormer. So yeah, those are two great products that you could use spring and fall. Also during this time of year, we've got molting chickens. We've got chickens that we might see hunched up in the corner just a bit. Molting, speaking of molting, can be painful. It makes them uncomfortable, but anytime that I see a bunch of feathers on the ground, I go ahead and check for lice anyway. I just want to make sure they're not losing feathers because they don't have bugs. This chicken, where'd she go? This chicken over here, her name's Agnes. She's 8 years old. I've been at this a while. A lot of my chickens are getting old. Agnes is one that always kind of hunches up when the temperature drops. She has a bit of a hard time adjusting to temperature changes. These turkeys, by the way, again, if you follow my stories, you know that my knowledge comes from rescuing birds for the past 10 years and taking in birds that have health issues, and so just learning a ton by those experiences. These 3 turkeys were, they came from a bad, I'm going to move out of here so you can hear me, but one quick thing here. They came from a bad situation where they weren't being fed often. In fact, I went to this place and found no food or water several times. They were left out in the elements quite a bit. And so finally the owner let me take them in. So wasn't planning on having turkeys, but here we are. So I just thought this was kind of neat here. He started molting, and all these new feathers, the new ones, are darker. They are a completely different color. Hopefully you can see that there. Look how much darker those new feathers are. I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, don't attack me please, don't come at me, but I'm thinking that these feathers have more color to them because they're being better taken care of. I mean, he's on a vitamin routine, probiotics, healthier food, well, being fed in the first place. So since he's healthier, I think his feathers are coming on better. This one here came to me with a limp, no bumblefoot, no swollen joints. I'm thinking it's a hip issue. She is getting turmeric to reduce swelling, and again with the vitamins and probiotics every couple days. And for now, that's about all I can do. I'm hoping to someday get an x-ray to verify if I'm right about a hip issue. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. She does eat, drink, lay eggs, gets around. She's just a little bit slower. So that is about it, guys. I usually don't have problems with Coxidia here. I usually don't have problems with worms. But these littles, my younger ones, that one, Midnight Majesty Marin, that one, Olive Egger. I noticed one day we're eating slugs. Disgusting. I read that slugs taste terrible, but they were little at the time. They probably didn't know any better, wanted to try it out. And I knew that slugs carry parasites. If chickens consume slugs, they can become infected with worms. So once I saw them doing that, I waited about 5 days, and then I checked a stool sample, and sure enough, these guys were infected with roundworms. So it's that time of year. Like I said, the ground's wet, lots of slugs. It's just a good time to check your chickens over. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this guy's feathers. He is actually blind in one eye, too. Oh, hey, another thing. If you're wondering if your chicken or any bird is blind, all you have to do, stay there, bud, is come at them with your finger. He's just moving away because I'm talking. But move closer and closer to their eye with your finger. If the eyelid doesn't shut and they don't react, and you can almost touch that eye, chances are they're blind. His eye is actually a gray color too. So far, everybody's getting along okay. I've had them for about a month and a half. But anyways, again, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for my video about my poultry presentation that I did a few weeks ago. And be sure to subscribe. Thanks, guys.